Hello, class, receiving students and teachers.
Hello, Miss Surya.
Thank you. Take your seats. Special morning to the 2007 grade 7 students from Mandi Primary School and your teacher. Not forgetting Maprik Catholic Admin, Peter Torot, and the other schools that we have visited recently. A very good morning to you, the students and the teachers. Let's quickly go back to what we have learned in our last lesson. Now, last lesson we looked at the moon, first part of the lesson, and you were to demonstrate how the moon goes around the earth. Okay, we did that activity and found out that the moon does not stay in one place, but it goes around the earth. Tell me, how many days does the moon make a complete revolution around the earth? Class, what is it? 28 days, and there's 14 days of sunlight and 14 days of darkness from the earth. All right? And I will now correct one part of our activity from our previous lesson that we did not complete. We will do that correction now. I'd like 3 volunteers to come in front, please, where the space is. Receiving students and teachers, if you have noted that mistake, I am going to now correct that mistake in today's lesson. Okay, let's have 3 volunteers quickly out in front. Just come out in front. Let's, thank you. First one on your head, second, and very good. Okay, organize yourselves. Kalen, where will you be? Sconti, right, okay, good. Now, Sun, here. Okay, what are you going to do, class? Can you help them? Tell them, receiving students.
Rotate.
All right, rotate. What? Okay, good. Okay, that was our activity that we demonstrated in our last lesson. Now, stop there, thank you. What did we miss out? Remember, the moon goes around the earth. What happens to the earth? Does it stay only like that, or what does it do? It spins on its axis. Does it go around the sun? Yes. All right, let's see them demonstrating that. All right, correct them. Do you think they're correct? Okay, tell them quickly. Okay. Okay. Remember, the moon must go around the earth and the earth must go around the sun. Okay, okay. Slowly. Okay. Slowly. Okay, thank you. It's supposed to be like this. Come. Clement, you will go around Sconti, and Sconti, as he goes around you, you also move around Kalen. Okay, let's see this time. Go. Okay, start. Go around, go around. Okay. Who wants to help Clement? Someone wants to help Clement? Isaac? Someone was telling him. Okay, Win. All right, let's see Win. Thank you, Clement. That's not bad, thank you. All right, let's go. Sconti, start. This time we have Win. Okay. All right? Wind come. Wind, you will always go around Sconti. You will move around Sconti because you're the moon, you're always going around Sconti. And Sconti, you go around the sun. So as he goes around, you also go around him. Okay? Sconti, slowly. Okay, we'll stop there. Give them one big clap, class. So the demonstration should look like this. This is the sun. This is the earth and the moon. Okay, the moon goes around the earth and the earth goes around the sun. It's just a rough illustration on the board. All right, class, we will now go on to our correcting our homework, and this homework will become your main activity for today. Receiving teachers, we are on the same strand and sub-strand, same outcome, and the unit which is on Earth and Space 9A. And our topic for today's lesson still on the same topic as the previous lesson, part 2. Our homework question that was given to you, why do you see the different phases of the moon? We said that the moon does not produce its own light. It reflects the light of the sun. And there is a riddle that says, what is CDO, or what makes CDO? What would be your answer? Or what appears as C, D, and O? Clement?
Moon.
Very good, the moon. And we can describe the moon's different phases, different shapes as phases of the moon. All right, now I am going to show you a picture. But before we do that, before you see that picture, anyone's got an answer? Did you find out something about the different shapes of the moon? Receiving students, you can tell your teacher. Model class, come on, model class. All right, class sitting up straight. As we go through our lesson for today, we are going to discover why do we see the different shapes of the moon. Okay. Now, it's not nice to see that you cannot give me some answers. I'm not looking for correct answers. I am just trying to find out from you if you have done some research or you have asked anyone at home who can help you. Receiving students, if you have your answer, very good. You have given your answers to your teacher. All right, I'd like you to get ready with a pencil and your exercise book. I am going to show you a picture. The activity for today, we do not have the materials, therefore I am going to show you a picture and you are going to do an activity similar to the activity that has been planned in your workbook. Right, if getting your, not Biros pencils, I'd like you to look at the picture and try to draw the shape of the moon. Let's see the instruction. Receiving students, you will draw the shape of the lighted part of the ball as it revolves. Not the ball, we are going to be looking at the moon itself as it moves. Okay. You understand what you're going to be doing, class? Yes or no? Right, I am now going to show you the picture and you have to be fast. You only draw the shape of the lighted part of the moon. as it moves. When you finish, I am going to have 3 volunteers to come in front, and you are going to draw the shapes of the moon. Receiving students, you'll do the same with your teacher. All right, are you ready now? Okay, let's go again. I'll show you. You are to draw the shape of the lighted part of the moon as it moves. Okay, who's done? Receiving students, if you have copied one part of it, go up to the front to the chalkboard and draw the shape down. Model class, let's see 3 volunteers to come in front. Any shape of the lighted part of the moon. Okay, I'll show you again. All right, 3 volunteers in front and quickly draw a rough sketch of what you have seen. Any part that you find that you want to draw, you draw it down. The lighted part of the moon. Okay, I'm asking for 3 volunteers, 2 girls and 1 boy. Quickly, come up, the markers are here. Any volunteers? 2 girls and 1 boy. Kalen is 1. I don't want the same students all the time. We have 2 girls. Come on, girls, what's wrong with us? I'm not looking for correct answers, just any shape that you have seen. That space on that side. Okay, Kalen has seen the lighted part of the moon as it revolved as with this shape. I want 2 girls, 1 more girl, please, quickly. It's not hard, very easy. And why are we finding it at Momoru? Which part is the lighted part? Where? That side, okay. All right. Thank you, Momoru. 1 more girl? Yes, our friend. Receiving students, I hope you are doing the same. That side. Okay, looks like letter C. Thank you. Who has another kind of shape that you think you want to draw? Yes, let's have you. All right, receiving students, I hope you all have the same pictures as the model class, or almost the same, that's okay. Clement, you have one different one to show? No? Okay, let's see. All these shapes here are called the different phases of the moon. And Momoru decided to draw a full moon, and she divided it up this way, so this is the lighted part. This part is in darkness, you cannot see, all right? So this is half moon, let us see, and a full moon. All right, I'll give you 1 more minute again. In your groups, the next activity that I'd like you to do, like I said, you're going to still use your homework activity. Come up with your reason. Why do you see the different phases of the moon? All right, let's hear from any group that has come up with your reason. Thank you, Isaac's group.
The sun shines on one side of the moon all the time. We see different amounts of the moon brightness side.
Okay, good, Isaac's group. I have their explanation written on the board for others to see. Any other groups? All right, let's go on to the next group, Beckley's group.
Because the moon has no light, so when the sun reflects the half part of the moon, it happens to be half moon. And when it reflects the whole part, it happens to be full moon.
All right, we still have some hints from some groups. Cullen, your group. Clement, you get ready after Cullen's group. We'll go on to you. Quickly, Cullen.
We see different phases of the moon depends on the days it has taken to revolve around the Earth.
All right, Clement, is your answer the same as any of the 3 answers so far plus Beckley's group? Okay, what is yours? Would you want to read your answer out?
The, su- the side of the moon facing the sun, it completely facing the earth, so we see the whole moon brightly light.
Side of the moon facing the sun. Facing the sun. It. Side of the moon facing the sun. So we see the full moon. All right, all these answers are not bad. Thank you. I know the other groups and model class receiving students, you have your own ideas or your explanation could be similar to the model class. All right, Lisa, give us yours, last one from you.
Sometimes people believe it follows the month of the year. Example, when it's June, the half of the moon, the half month of the year, the moon turns half, or it comes in the shape of letter C.
All right, thank you for that. Now, some of your explanation or your reason fits into any of these reasons here. All right, now I am going to show you a picture, and that picture will help us to confirm your reasons as to why we see the different phases of the moon. Are we all ready? Okay, why do we see the different phases of the moon? It takes 28 days for the moon to go around the earth. This is a picture showing why we see the different phases of the moon. We know that the moon goes around the earth and the earth goes around the sun. All right. Now, when you don't see the moon in the sky, don't think that the moon has gone somewhere else. The moon is still there, but you cannot see it. So we describe that you cannot see the moon, so it's all darkness. No moon, that simply is called the new moon. Okay. Now 4 days, we have 5 blank sheets here. 5 blank sheets here simply means the moon is hidden. The moon is hidden where you cannot see it, but it is known as the new moon. Right? Okay, and then after 4 days, you come to the 5th day. As it moves up this way, you will find that you will see a bit of it coming out. And eventually it comes up here. You can see half of the moon showing. So when you see the moon as letter C, this is described as crescent. Okay, class, let's say crescent. Crescent. All right, so crescent moon simply describes the moon as letter C. And when you see that the moon is half in shape, that is called the first quarter. first quarter. Now you can see that eventually the moon is about to take its shape. It comes in here. This is first quarter because we have 4. You count from here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, first quarter. Then it leaves first quarter. You can see almost, not almost, it's bigger than first quarter. The shape of it is bigger than first quarter. And it continues to go bigger. And it's almost full, but not yet. Bit of it is still showing. That phase is described as, class, what is it? Okay, gibbous. Okay, gibbous phase. Gibbous simply means that it's not really full, it's something like this. Not really full. First quarter, it's like letter D. Crescent, it's just like letter C. All right, and then it moves, continues, the moon continues to move, and finally you find that you see the full moon. Is when the earth, you see the sun here and the earth is between the moon and the sun. You will see the full moon when the earth is between the sun and the moon. So we have the full moon here. Full moon remains there for almost 4 days. Right? So we counted 8 here, 9, 10, 11 days so far. Last quarter, sorry, I missed one part here. This is also known as the gibbous phase, as the full moon begins to hide itself. And we have the last quarter, and eventually you will find that it starts, the moon, the lighted part of the moon becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and it hides itself up. Okay, and that phase also is known as the crescent phase. And then it repeats itself again. So we started counting from here. Let's see. What number did I stop here? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 back to the full moon. Sorry, new moon. The moon now, the lighted part becomes fader and fader, and it eventually hides itself. And you have the new moon, and the pattern repeats itself again. So class, we have now seen why we see the different phases of the moon. Your answers are okay. They all suit my explanation. This is correct. It's just because of the movement of the moon around the earth at different times and at different positions. Okay, once the moon is at different positions facing the earth, we see the different phases of the moon. All right, your last activity will become your summary. So I'd like you to do this activity well. It's now your summary. But before you do the summary, you will find that you will see the full moon when when the earth is between the moon and the sun. And you will find the new moon when the moon is between the earth and the sun. Moon here and earth and sun. That is for the new moon. Full moon, earth here, sun and the full moon. Right? Summary is a close reading, receiving students. There are 4 spaces there for you to write the correct words. And that becomes your summary for today's lesson. Oh, yeah, it should be like this. Sorry.
Left, right.
It should be right. Yeah, sorry, it should be like this. All right, if you don't finish, your friends can help you later. For those of you who have finished, receiving students, I hope you have completed this short exercise with the help of your teacher. All right, just a correction here before we go on to our the correction of the exercise. On the chart here, this picture should be facing right. This one should be facing right. Sorry, I did the opposite. Okay, so it should be facing this way, right. All right, let's see who's got the answer for our close reading. The moon shape appears to, class, what is the word? Change. All right, make sure the words you put in the space make sense. Hands up if you go for change. All right, that is correct. The answer should be change. The moon shape appears to change in a repeating manner every 28 days. Good. This is because of the moon's rotation. Okay, you can say rotation about the earth or movement about the earth. That's still correct. Okay, I can accept 2 answers. Anyone's got another interesting answer? No? Okay. I should write rotation. Movement. Someone says spin. Moon spin about the earth. Does that make sense? All right, good try. That's not bad. You can put rotation or movement about the earth. The changing shapes of the moon are called phases. Phases. F-A-S-E-S. All right, and those phases are known as, class, what is this? Crescent. What? Last quarter. Okay, so those are the common words used to describe the different phases of the moon. Our key phrase for today's lesson, phases of the moon. Next lesson, we are going to look at the solar system and the other members in the solar system. Materials needed: colored pencils, erasers, pictures. Receiving students, please bring with you FMS, which is the Fundamental Science Book 1 for grade 7. And other books, class, I've seen you bring in some books. Please bring those books with you. And I might provide some books for you for the next lesson. You will use those materials. Right, with that, thank you, class, for your participation in today's lesson.